guys, my name is Cameron and welcome back to my channel, Which Way to Wicked, where we talk about all things love, light, and especially tarot. So guys, today we are going to be doing such a fun and spicy reading today as we find out what your sex appeal is like in men's eyes. Okay, so if you are wondering what men think about you, what your sex appeal is, then this is going to be the reading for you today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at your group picks, shall we? So for group number 1, we have the rubbed sage coming through. For group number 2, we have ground cinnamon. And last but not least, for group number 3, we have the bay leaves making an appearance today. So guys, I want you to go ahead and take a very big, deep breath in. And now I want you to please let it out. And now I want you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to think about what your sex appeal is towards men, how they view you, and whenever you feel ready, please open your eyes, and whichever spice your eyes lands on first, then that, my dear, is going to be the reading for you today. Now, if you feel called to more than one spice here, then definitely feel free to check out those extra messages as well. And as always, I will have the timestamps listed down in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading today, friends. Hello, group 1. So, if you felt called to the rubbed sage here today, then hey, hello, how are you? And welcome to the spicy 18 and up reading today. So guys, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for deciding to stop by this side of TarotTube. I feel so blessed to be able to make videos like this for you guys every single week. It just always makes my day so much better knowing that I get to hang out with you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just place this off to the side. I guess we're gonna put it right here. Do we like how that looks? Does that look okay, you guys? Maybe we'll put it right here. What looks better? You know what? We're gonna go back to the first one. We're gonna have it right here. Now, let's go ahead and start shuffling through your cards. Also, you guys, I do just have to plug my channel in really quick. If you do happen to like my vibe, then please make sure to like this video and to maybe even think about subscribing, because like I was saying before, I make videos like this all the time, and so I would love to have you join my side of TarotTube. It's always fun over here. It's always loud. I speak very, very loud. So you'll definitely have no problems understanding what I'm saying. You'll have no problems hearing me. But yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and just take a look at your cards today. So we are asking Spirit, what is your sex appeal towards men? What do men think about you? Can we get some 18 and up messages, please, for my group 1 folks? What is their sex appeal towards these men, Spirit? Ooh, there's one card. Let's see what else wants to come through. Ooh, there's another. Okay. What is their sex appeal? What's so sexy about them? Can we get some messages, please? What is their sex appeal? Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. I really like the messages that are coming through here. Okay, so first of all, you guys, we do have the Hermit card coming through. This does talk about that lovely Virgo energy, so you could be a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus. We also have the Queen of Wands, which does talk about those fire signs, so we're getting some fire energy coming through. I'm talking about the signs Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, so you could be one of those signs as well. We have the Nine of Wands coming through. And then last but not least, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So, you guys, what is your sex appeal? What makes you so sexy? The first thing that I'm seeing here is that I do think that you are someone who keeps more to yourself. That's what I'm seeing here with the Hermit card. Maybe it has been a while since you've been in a relationship, or maybe you are just someone who doesn't necessarily just feel the need to be with just anyone. I think that the sexiest thing about you is the fact that you just seem like somebody who has a lot of self-respect, a lot of confidence with yourself and with what you have to bring to the table, and you won't just settle down with just anyone. And I especially think that when people see you, they don't think that you sleep around with just anyone as well. They view you as someone who's quite picky, quite choosy, and honestly, they just see you as someone who, again, just doesn't feel the need to be physical with everyone. Like, you love yourself, and that is like what's enough for you. So that's how men view you. They view you as someone with so much self-respect, so much confidence, so much love for yourself, and so that really sets you apart from everyone else. I really think that men spend an inordinate amount of time, is that the right word, inordinate? I hope that's the word, but they spend so much time looking you up and like trying to see if you have an Instagram or see if you have a Facebook, or if you don't have that, then maybe just talking about you to other people. They just want to figure out more about you. You're very mysterious, and they're just always thinking about you. And I do think that a lot of men spend a lot of time reflecting on you and daydreaming and fantasizing about you. So I do think that you are the star of many a wet dream for all these men folk out here. They just find you to be so sexy, and again, like, you won't just be with anyone. So another thing that adds on to your sex appeal is the fact that you do seem like you're this like ultimate challenge. Men view you as the biggest challenge, and so that's definitely something that intensifies your attraction. Okay, so that's definitely something that I'm seeing, and I'm also getting the idea that men, they do feel like you probably know a thing or two about the bedroom. I don't know what it is about you, but men look at you and they just see you as someone who, even if you're not like sleeping around with a whole lot of people, they feel like you are experienced and that you would be someone who would be just great in the bedroom. They feel like you would have a lot of moves, a lot of tricks up your sleeve. So that's very interesting to see here. And like, I do get the idea that you keep to yourself a lot. Like, that is like what I'm seeing. You keep to yourself so much. And so, yeah, I don't know, maybe men feel like whenever you're on your own, whenever you're by yourself, maybe you're like looking up new things, learning new things, and maybe some of the things that you learn about has to do with things in the bedroom. I don't know, maybe they feel like you spend a lot of time reading the Kama Sutra or something like that, right? Men just feel like you have a lot of time on your hands, and they also feel like whenever you're on your own, they see you as someone who's constantly like trying to enrich yourself. They view you as someone who is very, very intelligent. And so when you are on your own, they feel like you're always trying to learn something new. And so a lot of men just feel like maybe you spend time learning about the bedroom, about skills in the bedroom. I don't know what it is, but I'm just getting the idea that for some reason or another, men feel like you know a lot of stuff, a lot of wisdom with the things that have to do with, you know, being physical with people. They feel like you're quite experienced and you know a thing or two. So that's definitely something that pulls them in even more. And the reason why I was saying that I feel like you probably, why men see you as someone who likes to educate yourself in that certain area is just because you just seem like an educated person in general. Men look at you and see you as someone who's very smart. They feel like you know so many different things about so many different things, right? They feel like you would probably know a lot about music, know a lot about Star Wars, know a lot about how the world works, religion, everything under the sun, which includes, you know, sex and things to do with that. So yeah, that's definitely something that's coming through. Men just view you as someone who, all in all, is a very intelligent person, and so that just adds on to your sex appeal and to your attractiveness. Now, going from there, with the Nine of Wands coming through, this talks about someone who works very, 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 very hard and does not give up. And so I'm kind of getting the idea that men, another thing that adds on to your sex appeal is that they feel like you would be someone who has a lot of stamina. I don't know what it is about you that makes men think these things, but they just feel like you would be someone who would go all out all night if they were to sleep with you. They feel like you are just very active and very healthy, and so they're definitely getting the idea that if they were to get you alone, if they were to be physical with you, then you would just be intimate with them all night long. You wouldn't get any sleep. I don't know, men just see you as someone who's a really hard worker. You're someone who is very dedicated, very loyal, and whenever you're not home, whenever you're not like doing things on your own at your house, they do see you as someone who's very devoted to your work, to your craft, to whatever it is you're passionate about. And so if you are passionate about them, then they know that you'd be very dedicated towards them as well. So it's just very natural for them to see you as someone who would be just an animal in the bedroom. It's natural for them to assume that you would work very hard to make them feel good, to make them feel great, and that you wouldn't stop until they feel satisfied. And the reason why they feel that way is because, again, they see you as someone, men in general see you as someone who is dedicated to everything that you do. You work very hard and you don't give up, and so they just naturally feel like you would transfer that type of attitude to the bedroom as well. So yeah, men just feel like not only are you really experienced, really educated, and knowledgeable when it comes to the bedroom, but they also feel like you just would be completely focused on them, on making sure that they feel good, on making sure that you make them feel very pleasurable. So yeah, all in all, men, they just view you as an amazing, amazing person, and you have so many men just fantasizing about spending a night with you, being with you, because I feel like you would give them the night of their dreams. The reason why I'm saying that you seem like someone who would be very dedicated and that men see you as someone who would be very dedicated towards them is because we have the Eight of Pentacles. And this talks about someone who, excuse me guys, who just works very hard. Again, like going off of this card, this talks about someone who works very hard and who dedicates their time to like one thing, to try to aim to be the best version of themselves possible, to do their best at whatever it is that they're passionate about. And so men just see you as someone who puts your heart into everything that makes you happy, into everything that makes you passionate, and so they feel like you would do that same thing to them. So yeah, and then at the end of the day, we have the Queen of Wands coming through. And the Queen of Wands, this just talks about someone who, this is someone who is a very good like communicator. This is someone who is quite popular with people. People really like them. And so overall, even though you are someone who men see as being a bit more of a wallflower, even though you're someone who men see as being a bit more on the quieter side, you still are someone who people enjoy talking to. I think that you are quite popular when it comes to like your coworkers, when it comes to your friends, your family members. I just think that you're a likable person, and people naturally just feel a magnetic pull towards you. There's something about your personality here that pulls people in, and so at the same time, you also just pull men in as well. You are just very attractive to these men. Men like talking to you. They like how you have a lot of self-respect, a lot of confidence for yourself, and they like how dedicated you are to things. And so at the end of the day, you are just a really popular topic of conversation. I think men are always talking about you, and you really do have a strong sex appeal going on there. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. I am going to take a look at these channeled messages cards. We're going to get some channeled messages straight from the source. We're going to be finding out what are some thoughts that men think about whenever they think about your sex appeal, whenever they think about how sexy you are. Spirit, can we get some messages, please? For group 1, some messages, please. Can we get some messages, please? What do men think about my group 1 folks? Can we get some messages, please? What do men think about my group 1 folks? Okay. That's interesting. Now, I do want to just get the oracle cards as well. excuse me guys, I'm sorry. I am battling a cold right now, and I'm really congested, so if I sound a little silly, if I am coughing a lot, that's why, so please excuse that. But let's get some messages, please. Can we get like 1 or 2 cards here, Spirit? 1 or 2 cards. What is my group 1 folks' sex appeal? I think I'm going to grab that. Let's get another card from right here. What is my group 1 folks' sex appeal? Spirit, can we get one more message? One more message. There we go. Okay, you guys. Yeah. Literally exactly what I was saying before. We have ideal romance coming through. So yeah, men just see you as the ideal person to be with. Just like I was saying before, you have so much self-respect. You're so confident with yourself. You're quite popular to be around. Men do just genuinely feel drawn to you. They like talking to you. There's just so many things about you that are so right and that add on to your charm and your appeal. And so men just see you as someone who would not just be a great like sexual companion, but also a great life companion as well. I think that men just always imagine and fantasize over you, over being with you, not just physically, but having an actual relationship with you. You are someone who people take very seriously. Men take you very seriously. And I think that most men don't just want to have a one-night stand with you. They're actually looking for something more here, something deeper, because you're just that type of person. You're just the ideal person for everyone. You're everyone's dream. And then we literally have this card coming through. Now I am going to cover it because it's kind of, it shows a bit of naughty stuff, and I'm not allowed to show things like that on YouTube, so I'm going to cover that. But it says ejaculation. So yeah, I mean, I think that men are always having like these wet fantasies about you. I think that men dream about you, and they probably do touch themselves whenever they're thinking about you as well. Now we also have, excuse me, we have recovery coming through, and I honestly think that this is talking about how men have to have a lot of recovery time in between their wet dreams of you. Does that make sense? I think that whenever they're dreaming about you and like they're touching themselves and they're getting themselves turned on, I think that they get so overheated, so overstimulated by the thought of you that they just have to give themselves a break in between and maybe go watch a movie or go, I don't know, go for a walk. But you just really get them going. You get them going like no one else's business. So yeah, you, babe, like you got it going on, okay? And literally, as I'm saying you got it going on, we have it's on. It says, I see you looking good and move it on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. So yeah, men are just always like looking at you. They see how good looking you are. They see how people also like you. Like, I just think a lot of men like you. And so they feel like they have a lot of competition with you and that they have to really work to get your attention and to work to be seen and to feel seen by you, because you just have so many other men trying to talk to you. But men are willing to compete for you. But at the same time, we have unclear. And it says, I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore. And so I just think that you really make men feel like they're off their rocker. Does that make sense? Is that the right example I'm trying to use? You just make men feel nervous around you. You make men kind of feel shy, and it's because of how much confidence you have for yourself. You have so much confidence, and a lot of people don't have that type of confidence that you have. And so men are not used to being around people like that. They're not used to being around someone who has a lot of high value for themselves, who sees themselves in such a good light and who loves themselves so much. So you make men feel uncomfortable because they don't know how to act around someone as confident as you are, but at the same time they still want to go after you. And so I do think that a lot of men, like, they doubt themselves whenever they are around you, and I think that it does take time for them to build their self-confidence up, their self-esteem up enough for them to go up to you and to talk to you. But men do those things. They do talk to you, whether you realize that they're talking to you to try to, start something with you. I don't know if you realize that or not, but I think that you do have a lot of men that are interested in you, that are trying to talk to you, that are trying to get something going with you. And it does take a lot for them to get to that place, to feel self-assured enough, to feel confident enough to talk to you, because again, you just radiate so much love, so much confidence. And so not just any man can come up to you and talk to you, because it really takes someone who has the same amount of confidence as you do to be able to come up to you and to talk to you, right? So yeah, you guys, at the end of the day, you do have a lot of sex appeal. You're very attractive to all these men, and a lot of men want to, get it on with you. They dream about you. They touch themselves whenever they think about you. So yeah, you guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have an incredible rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys. Hello, group 2. So if you chose this ground cinnamon today, then hey, hello, how are you? And welcome to this fabulous reading today. So guys, hello, group 2. So if you felt called to this ground cinnamon today, then hey, hello, how are you? And welcome to this fabulous side of TerraTube. So guys, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for deciding to stop by this side of TerraTube. It really means so much to me to be able to make videos like this for you guys every day, to be able to hang out with you. It's just so much fun, and I absolutely love it. I really feel like you guys are just like my besties, and so I just love it. I love it, and I love y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and just place this off to the side like so. And let's go ahead and start shuffling through your cards. Now, guys, if you can just give me a second to plug my channel really quick. Now, if you do like my vibe, then please make sure to like this video and to maybe even subscribe. Because like I was saying before, I post videos like this every week. Every Monday and Friday, or at least I try to. But yeah, I'd love to have you join my TerraTube family. It would just be so amazing. So yeah, definitely think about that. But let's go ahead and get into this reading today. So we are trying to find out, Spirit, for group 2, what is their sex appeal to men? Like, how do men view them? Can we get some messages, please? Please give us all the details here. So first of all, you guys, this card like flew out, but it was like there was another card like stuck behind it. I'm just going to take the one that was looking at me and put the other one back in the deck like so. And let's get one more card, okay? So, Spirit, for my group 2 folks, so what is their sex appeal? Okay, I definitely feel like that card was like hopping out. Alrighty, so first of all, for the back of the deck energy, we have these 6 of Swords coming through. Now, that's interesting. Before even like looking at the other cards, we've got the 6 of Swords. And the 6 of Swords, this makes me think about someone who is very, very hard to get. I don't know what it is about you. I don't know if it's hard to get you to like be in a relationship, or maybe you're just always like on the go, on the go, on the go. Maybe you've always got something going on. Maybe you're really busy. But I'm just getting this idea that men find you to be someone who is very hard to get, and you're just always like doing your own thing. And so yeah, that's definitely something that adds on to your attraction, that definitely adds on to your sex appeal, because men love the things that they can't get. They love the things that they can't get. It makes them so much hotter. So yeah, like I definitely think that men are always like thinking about you. They're always wondering what it would be like to be able to like finally get you and to like win you over. And I'm also getting the idea that you could just have a really nice backside as well, because this girl here, she's like riding on a bird, like going off into the distance. But like, I don't know, in my head, I'm seeing a girl like walking away, and I'm looking at like her behind. And so yeah, I feel like there's definitely something about your butt. You could just have some really nice glutes. You could have some really nice legs, a really nice butt. Maybe you like do a lot of squats, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just have a naturally amazing butt, which, oh my gosh, If you do, if that comes natural to you, babe, I'm so jealous of you. I wish I had a naturally just like, I wish I was born with a Kim K butt, right? But yeah, so anyways, I definitely feel like that's something men like. You could even have like some really nice hair. Now, whether your hair is like really long or really short, I feel like there's something about your hair that men find to be very attractive. But I do think for the majority of you, you probably do have really long hair, or at least it's like past like the shoulders. And I think that that is something that men really like. I think they imagine like what it would be like to be able to like pull your hair. So that's definitely something naughty that I'm getting. But yeah, I mean, you could still have like shorter hair and still be able to pull that too as well. So yeah, there's just something about like hair pulling hair. There's something I'm getting about your hair. Men really like that. Now what's also very interesting is that this woman here, you can't see it. It's hard to see it, but she actually is like holding like a baby. And like she's holding a baby as she's on this bird. And so men could also see you as someone who is very protective of your friends and of your family members, and that could be something that adds on to your sex appeal. That could definitely be something that they really like. They really like how you're just protective and loyal to the people who you care about. You could even be a parent. You could have an actual child. And if you do, then I feel like you're just a really, like, you're someone who seems like a very, very good parent. You seem like someone who really loves your child or your children. And if that's the case, then I feel like men really see that and they love that, which I find to be very interesting and not at all unusual, because I think that at the end of the day, men, maybe not all men, but I think that at the end of the day, men want to be taken care of, and some of them want to be taken care of as though they're the child, right? Like they want to come home from work after working really hard, and they want to, you know, be given have like food made for them. They want their wife or their person, whoever they're with, to go and like rub their feet and just take care of them, maybe wash their clothes, things like that. And so I'm just getting the idea that men, if you do have a child, or maybe you're a pet parent, right? Maybe you have pets and you treat them really, really well. At the end of the day, men are looking at you and how you treat your children, how you treat your pets, or how you treat your friends, and they just see that certain quality that you have, that caregiving quality that you have. They find you to be a very caring person, and they're just like, wow, I want them to take care of me like that. And so yeah, that's definitely something men really like about you. That's something that men are really drawn to. And also, this could also translate to the bedroom as well. Maybe men just feel like you would take care of them really well in the bedroom. Maybe they feel like you would just be the selfless giver. And so that's definitely something that men think about. They think about what it would be like to be with you in the bedroom, and to think that you would just be solely focused on them and making sure they feel great. So yeah, that's definitely something that I'm also getting. I don't know, men see you as someone who would be a very big giver. They see you as someone who would be very, very selfless when it comes to the bedroom. They feel like you'd just be so focused on and attentive to them. So yeah, that's very interesting. That's definitely something I'm seeing. But let's go ahead and actually get into these other cards. Oh my gosh, you guys. You know how I was talking about how men, they just feel like you're someone who's like always like walking away. You're always going off, doing something. We literally have the 8 of Cups coming through, and this lady is literally like walking away from this house here. So going off, I said 8 of Cups, right? I thought at first I said 8 of Wands. This is the 8 of Cups, okay? This is the 8 of Cups. But I feel like you're just someone who men see going deeper into that message of you like always like walking off and always having like a mission, always like being very busy, just having something to do. I'm also getting the idea here that men see you as somebody who has a lot of confidence in yourself. You love yourself a lot, and you will not be with just anyone, right? You are someone who is like a high valued individual. You have a high amount of confidence, and you're not going to be with someone who doesn't treat you the way you know that you deserve to be treated. And so that confidence that you have, that amount of self-respect you have for yourself, that is immensely attractive to men, and that just adds on to your sex appeal. Men know that if you were with them and if they were with you, that they would also have to be a giver as well. They know that they can't just sit around and let you take care of them and that's that. Like, no, they know that they have to take care of you. They know that they have to give back to you as much as you give to them so that you guys are equally like there for each other. Men feel like they have to match your energy, and that is something that is definitely working for your favor. Men, again, they like the challenge. They like the challenge, and they feel like they would really have to challenge their own selves to be the best person that they can, to be with you, to be physical with you, to be able to sleep with you, and to maybe even have a relationship with you. I think that men are interested in having a connection besides just a physical one with you. So hey guys, I'm sorry. I had to pause the video for a second because I was literally having a coughing attack. I have been battling a really bad cold lately, so I'm sorry about that. But anyways, as I was saying, moving on, we have the Queen of Swords coming through. And so first of all, this does talk about the air signs. So you could be an air sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus. And I am talking about Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? But with this energy coming through, this talks about someone who knows exactly what they want for themselves, for their life. This is someone who, again, has a lot of self-confidence, and they're just very assured of themselves. They know what they want, right? And so I am getting the idea that when this comes to the bedroom, men, whenever they look at you, they view you as someone who would honestly be kind of bossy in the bedroom, but I think that they like that. Like, they like that you seem like someone who would be bossy. You seem like someone who knows what you want, who knows what you like. And so at the end of the day, they feel like if they were with you, that you would be very communicative with them. They feel like the communication would be very good, very open, and they honestly just like the idea, again, of you like kind of bossing them around a bit. They find that to be quite sexy, quite hot, and so that just adds on to your sex appeal, babe. And then going off of that, the last card that I'm seeing here is the Page of Cups. And honestly, this card is making me think of how men feel like whenever they're around you. So this is like a little boy here. This shows a little boy, and I don't know what exactly he's doing here, but he looks like he's having fun. He looks like he's trying to like figure something out. Looks like he's like pointing at like a paper here. Can y'all see that? It looks like he's pointing at some type of paper, and it just looks like he's trying to like solve a problem. And so at the end of the day, I think that all that confidence, all that self-respect, all that love that you have for yourself, it really makes men feel kind of nervous, and it makes men kind of like doubt themselves whenever they're around you. But at the same time, men are excited about that. They're always trying to figure out what they can do to win you over, to try to catch your attention, to try to catch your eye. And so at the end of the day, what also adds on to your sex appeal is the fact that men just feel like they have to come up with some huge battle plan to be able to win you over. It's almost like they feel like they're Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, and you're the impossible mission. But again, men love the chase. They love someone who isn't easy to get, who isn't easily attainable. And so at the end of the day, what adds on to your sex appeal is just how hard they have to work for you to get your attention, to catch your eye, to get you to want to even be with them in the first place. So yeah, you guys, you have a very strong sex appeal. You're very certain in yourself. Men see that. They see how self-assured you are, how confident you are, how much you respect yourself. And so men hold that in like the highest view. They hold you and see you in the highest view imaginable. So let's go ahead and move on, and let's take a look at your cards. So these cards are going to be representing what men think about whenever they think about you. Okay, so these are going to be some channeled messages cards. So let's see, Spirit, for group 2, what wants to come through for group 2? Let's take that. Let's get one more card, please, for my group 2 folks. One more card. And honestly, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing a lot of similarities between this pile, like this group, and the last group that I did. So if you felt called to group number 1 at all, then maybe feel free to check out those messages as well, because I am getting like a lot of similarities between you guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and also get our oracle cards here. So Spirit, for group 2, can we get some messages, please? What is group 2's sex appeal? How do men currently view them? How do they see them? Okay, beautiful. Let's get another card. I feel like that card wanted to come through. And then let's get the final card here. So for group 2, Spirit, what is their sex appeal? For group 2, there's, oh, sex appeal. Okay, you know what? 2 cards wanted to come through, so we shall take that. Oh my goodness. That is honestly so funny. So guys, I know that this is talking about how, like, what men think about whenever they think about you. But honestly, I think that we're picking up on your energy as well. Because it says right here, I'm leaving. It says, I'm ready to leave a situation or mindset that has not served me and hindered my growth. So I honestly think that this represents what men think you're always thinking about. And I do think that we're just picking up on your energy. This could be something you're always thinking. This could be just a certain mindset that you have. But yeah, at the end of the day, like I was saying, men view you as someone who knows exactly what you deserve. And if you feel like you are in a relationship and you're being taken advantage of, if you feel like someone is not giving back to you as much as you give to them, then you will say goodbye to them. You will pack your bags. You will leave. You will end this relationship, end this friendship, end whatever it is the ship was, right? And you will go your own way. And what's interesting is that we also have reconciliation coming through. And we have coming out. And so I'm just getting the idea. I think a lot of men who think about you are honestly men who you have dated before. It's men who you have dated before, who you have been in a relationship with before. And I think that, again, you take nothing but the best. You accept nothing but the best for yourself. And so I do think that for almost all of your relationships, you could have been the one that walked out on them. You could have been the one that ended things, that said enough is enough, you're not treating me right, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to find someone new who will treat me the way that I deserve to be treated. And so I think that each time after you left them, they realize the mistake that they made. These men realize all the things that they did wrong, that they treated you wrong. And at the end of the day, they realize that you feel like home to them. Because we have the card, you feel like home. And it says, being with you reminds me of simpler times. You bring me so much happiness and so much peace. And so I really think that it's really after you leave that men start to realize just how special you were, just how much you gave to them, just how amazing you are. And so at the end of the day, these men are all trying to like run after you and like get you back. And so yeah, honestly, I think again, most of the men that are thinking about you, the men that I am seeing here who are thinking about you, who you're always on their mind, it's these men who you have dated before. All the men you've dated before, all your exes, they do not want to be your ex anymore. They want to be your main boo thing. They want to come out and win you over and tell you that you feel like home to them and that they made a mistake and that they want to reconcile with you. They want to reconcile with you, okay? But going off of that, we do have fortify too. So I think that this is talking about how men view you as someone who, again, is a very certain person. You are someone who has a lot of certainty. Once you make a decision, I think that they see you as someone who will not easily change your mind. You're just someone who is a very assertive person, a very confident person. Once you make choices, you stand by them. You fortify yourself, and you will not really change your mind. And so men, I think, appreciate that. They appreciate how you're like, kind of just like what you see is what you get. I feel like your men see you as someone who's very honest. You tell them what it is that you think. You tell them what kind of person you are. And also, again, once you make a choice, like, you stand by that choice. So yeah, men, they just feel like you're someone who doesn't really hide things. You don't hide things about yourself. Again, what you see is what you get when it comes to you, and men like that. They like that about you. And then at the end of the day, we literally have a beautiful face. And guys, you know how I was talking about your hair? How men like there's something about your hair that men really like? Well, literally, this lady here is playing with this girl's hair. She's like brushing it. So yeah, there could be a lot of men when they look at you. There's definitely something about your hair. Like, a lot of these men must have some type of hair fetish, or you just have like a really beautiful hair. Men love your hair. They love thinking about your hair. I think that they always imagine what it would be like to pull your hair, and then not just pull it like in a sexual way, but to like run their hands through it, to just touch it. You just have really, really beautiful hair, and men really love it. And you also have a beautiful face. You have a beautiful, beautiful face as well. And what's fun, what you can see here is that this woman is like revealing her chest, and so you could also have a really beautiful chest as well. Men probably always imagine what it would be like to see to see your chest and to be able to touch it. So, yeah, that's definitely something that is coming through. But, yeah, you guys, at the end of the day, that is what I'm seeing for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TarotTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys. Hello, Group 3. So if you felt called to the bay leaves today, then hey, hello, how are you? And welcome to this fabulous TarotTube channel. So, guys, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for coming, stopping by, and hanging out with me. It really means so much to me to be able to make readings like this with you all the time. So, yeah, thank you so much. But I'm going to go ahead and just place this off to the side. And let's go ahead and start taking a look at your cards. Now, if you don't mind me, I do have to go ahead and plug in my channel. If you do happen to like my vibe, then please make sure to give this video a big like and to maybe even consider subscribing to this channel, because I post videos like this all the freaking time, and I would love to be able to have you become a part of my TarotTube family. But anyways, let's go ahead and start shuffling through your cards. So we're trying to find out, Spirit, what is it about my Group 3 folks that men find to be so sexy? What's their sex appeal? Can we get some 18 plus readings today? Some sexy reading, sexy cards, please. Let's see what wants to come through, Spirit, for my Group 3 folks. What wants to come through? What is so sexy about them? Ooh, okay, guys. You see that card coming through? Alrighty, so for the back of the deck energy, we do have the King of Pentacles coming through. This does talk about that gorgeous Earth energy. So you could be an Earth sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus. I'm talking about Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Okay, now looking at these other cards, we have the Awakening, which does talk about, the Awakening card represents judgment. So this does talk about that gorgeous Virgo energy. So you could be a Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus, which, I mean, it's just further, you know, clarifying this Earth card here, because we already mentioned Virgo earlier. So we could definitely have 10 or 15 Virgos here today. We also have the Three of Swords coming through. And then last but not least, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so guys, what is your sex appeal? So, first of all, you guys, there is something about you that really sets men off guard. You catch men off guard a lot. And I think that you make men honestly feel very, very, very nervous around you. You make men feel very intimidated. And you may even make some men cry. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just getting the idea that you're a very honest individual, almost to the point to where the things that you say, if men are not ready to hear it, it can really be upsetting. Like, it can hurt them, honestly. Because sometimes men, like, they're just not ready to hear the truth. And you're just someone who believes, like, the truth, honesty, like, it's the best policy. You don't believe in lying. And so, honestly, I'm picking up so much Sagittarius energy, just like the whole vibe I'm feeling. You could definitely be a Sagittarius as well. So yeah, we could have Virgos here, but we could also have a lot of Sagittarius people here as well. Maybe even a bit of fire energy as well. You could be a fire sign. But yeah, at the end of the day, you're a very honest person. And guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think there is a lot of men that do think about you like in a sexual way. And it's not that you're not sexy. It's not that you're not some super hot, attractive person. It's just that a lot of men cannot handle you. They cannot handle the type of person, the type of fireball, the type of honest individual that you are. You are just someone who is a lot to handle. But it doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. I think that that's a good thing. You're just a really honest, you're a very bold individual. You're a very confident individual. And there's just there's a lot of men who are insecure. I'm not saying all men are insecure, but there are a lot of men who are insecure and they're just not ready. They're not evolved enough to be able to handle someone like you. So you really need to find someone who is like at the same energy as you, who's at the same level as you. You are someone who I see as being very mature. You're a very mature person, a very confident person, and you need someone who can match your energy, who is as bold and mature as you are. And I do think that watching this reading, you may be someone who has a hard time being in relationships. You have a hard time finding someone to be with, because I think that you have probably been disappointed a lot in your relationships because, again, you are just someone who is a highly evolved individual. I think that you're very mature no matter what age you are. You've always been very mature, always been very confident, and it's just hard to find someone who's at the same level as you. And so I do think that you find yourself constantly being like disappointed in men or in women, whatever it is you're interested in. You find a hard time finding someone who's a good fit for you, but just keep on being you, and I swear to God, you're gonna find someone. I really feel like attracts like, and I feel like you will attract someone who's at the same frequency as you. And you will find someone who will compliment you in every single way. And like I'm saying, for the most part, I don't think a lot of men see you in a sexual light, and it's just because they're not ready for you. They're not ready to experience you, to experience the amazing and incredible person that you are. But I am getting the idea here that there are men who do want to be with you. There are men who want to be with you, who think about being with you in a sexual sense, but again, they're just not ready. They're not ready for you. They are someone, these people have to work through their confidence issues to be able to be with you. Like, they realize the kind of person that you are, the kind of individual that you are, and they know that they have to be someone who is at their highest level to be able to be with you. They have to be someone who has worked on themselves and done all that shadow work so that they can be the person that you deserve. So, yeah, that is so interesting to see. That is so interesting. Let's go ahead and move on. And let's take a look at the other cards here. So this deck right here is going to talk about like what men think about whenever they think about you. So these are going to be some like channeled messages here. So Spirit, can we get some channeled messages? Oh my gosh, you guys, did y'all see that? That card literally, where did it even go? Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab that card because it literally ran off, okay? Okay, you guys, so I got the card. Let me go ahead and move this back up the way I had it. But let's get one more card. Guys, that's crazy. That's never happened to me before. I've never had a card just like fly off like that. Okay, let's get that one. Okay. Can we get some messages, please, Spirit, for group 3? What is it about them that is so sexy? What is their sex appeal for group 3? Yeah, look at that. That makes so much sense. Let's see what wants to come through here for group 3. Group 3, what do men think about them? What's their sex appeal? Can we get some messages, please? Okay. Okay, that is so interesting. Okay, so first of all, we have still listening coming through. And it says, I listen to the music you've shared with me. It helps me to connect with you, although we are apart. We have ghosted. I'm sorry I disappeared. I needed to get away and clear my head. Submission. Unrequited desire. And then last but not least, we have expulsion. So yeah, okay, you guys, this is actually very interesting. So I do think that you have been disappointed a lot in love. I think that you've had a lot of men who started to talk to you, and then all of a sudden they like ghosted you. They just like vanished off the face of the earth. And so you're probably wondering like what happened? Like why did they do that? And it's because they just, again, they weren't ready to be with someone like you. They weren't prepared for you. You are just a whole lot of person. And that's a good thing. That is an amazing thing. You're just an incredible individual. And men just feel like they can't match your energy. They have to be at the same level as you to be able to be with you. And so these men, they leave you because they feel like they're just not ready for you. And maybe they're ashamed to tell you that. Like maybe they're embarrassed to say that they're not enough for you, or that they're not ready for you, that there's work that they have to do. So instead of just like, you know, breaking up with you or saying like, hey, you know, I'm just not ready, I'm not at the same level as you, they're too embarrassed to do that, so they just like walk off and they just like vanish, right? But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that they're not thinking about you. In fact, I think that these men, I feel like a lot of the men that do think about you in a sexual way, they think about your sex appeal and things like that, a lot of these men are the men who have ghosted you. It's the men who decided to stop talking to you, and I think that that is like one of their biggest regrets, is that they handled things so poorly. It's that they didn't resolve things with you, or at least end things with you in the right way. And so they do like listen to music, the same type of music that you used to listen to. They do things that you like to do that reminds them of you. Does that make sense? So maybe you like really like Snicker bars. So maybe they go and get a Snickers bar and start crying as they eat the Snicker bar because it reminds them of you and they just miss you so much. So do you have sex appeal? Yes, you do. In fact, okay, I know I was saying a lot of men don't think about you in a sexual way, but let me backtrack a bit. We literally have unrequited desire coming through. So I do think that men do think about you in a sexual way. It's just that they're afraid. How do I word this? They think about you in a sexual way, but they don't actually think about doing anything about it. They don't actually think about going after you and trying to like get you into the bedroom, right? Because they just know that you're not the kind of woman who they're prepared to be with. Does that make sense? Because again, you're such a high valued individual. You're such a high valued person. You know your value. You know what you bring to the table. You're such a confident individual. They just know they're not at the same level as you, so they don't even entertain the fact of being with you physically. But they still think about it, just not in a serious way. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, men, they see you as this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person. It's almost like they see you as someone who is like, I don't know, like Audrey Hepburn, or who is someone like nowadays that's really, really attractive, that it's like unattainable in a way that men would feel like they couldn't have. Maybe it's Zendaya. Okay, Zendaya is like this amazing like goddess of a person, right? Everyone like worships her. And so I feel like a lot of people would think about her in a sexual way, but they wouldn't actually entertain the idea of being with her because of the fact that she's just a lot of a woman, right? She's so much of a woman, and people feel like men feel like they wouldn't be able to actually have her. They feel like they wouldn't be at the same level as her. So yeah, that's how like men think of you. Does that make sense? They think about you in like, they have like these sexy dreams. Hey guys, I'm sorry. So my camera ended up dying. But anyways, what I was saying before was that I just feel like men do like have these like wet dreams about you, but they just don't necessarily view you in a as someone who they would actually seriously go after because they just feel like they don't have a chance with you. Are we on the same page here? But when men do dream about you, when they do think about like being with you, I do think that they imagine what it would be like to get you to be the submissive one, if that makes any sense. Because again, they do feel like you are someone who is very confident, very self-assured. And so I do think a lot of men, they always wonder like what you would be like in the bedroom, if you would be like this dominant person or this more submissive person. But I also think that at the end of the day, whenever they have these like fantasies of you, they fantasize about what it would be like to get you to be more submissive and to have you be like the one that takes orders every now and then. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, men have a lot of like naughty dreams about you, a lot of naughty dreams. But yeah, that's what men are thinking. And then last but not least, we have expulsion coming through. And again, this is just talking about how a lot of men, like, when I think about something being like expelled, I think of someone who, I don't know, it's just like trying to get away. And so a lot of men, whenever they start talking to you, if they start dating you, I just feel like they can't be with you, whether it's in a sexual or in a more intimate, like, in a more like relationship type of way. Like, they just feel like, whether it's in a sexual or mental type of way, they're just not ready to be with you. Like, they can't handle you because you are just such a woman. You're just so amazing. You're so different from everyone else. You're so evolved. And so, yeah, they just feel like they're not at the same level as you. And I know I keep saying that, you guys. I know I keep saying that. But that is just like the main message that I'm seeing. So, at the end of the day, do you have sex appeal? I mean, yeah, obviously you do. You're very sexy. Your confidence makes you so much sexier. But at the end of the day, these men just don't feel like they're ready to be with you. They feel like they need to do a lot of work themselves to be able to be with you. And I do think that for the majority, every single man that you have dated who has ghosted you or who has stopped talking to you or maybe who you even decide to break up with, they are constantly thinking about you. They're always thinking about you. So, yeah, you guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a big like and to subscribe to my channel because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys.